Hey everybody, it's Marty, the JavaScript party, and my buddy Rat. We just finished our 3JS video, and then I I don't know, man, something's just really screwy with the way the playlist is set up on that one, and that was sort of the whole point of restarting. One of the major reasons that I restarted the entire project was so that I could get the playlist list right. These playlists can get so big that they're just like impossible to manage. So if you let them get kind of screwy um, at all early on, then life can it can be irreparable. So, anyways, so what we were trying to do last time was, well, first of all, the last 2 weeks, if I said watt, it just would be weird. So let's try that again. Watt. Yeah. So now I think if we go here, yeah, that's weird, but we won't ever get our green one. We'll get all the events, but we never get a value back, which is very, very strange. And then what? See, now it knows. But it thinks that there's six possible things, and it would be interesting. It would be nice to be able to click on this. So it says I thinks I said what, and 79%. Now the other weird one thing that we've run across over the last couple of weeks is, or last week was that thing. It thinks that I said sing, which is really strange. So let's try that again. Let's see what happens. Thing. Yeah, that is just blows my mind. And I have a feeling that most people, I guess, if they're saying one word and they're saying thing and it sounds like thing, they're saying sing. Um, and it would be fascinating. It would actually be absolutely fascinating because it only gives a 51% confidence. So I suspect if we go look over at the count, we would see that it also thinks that I might have said sing. And now if I say it in some sort of context, it um, um, like let's try this. Sing a song. See, it says I thinks I said sing a song, but um, I like that thing. See, it's like, oh, 99%. I like to thing. I like to sing, 69%. I like to sing, 96%. So, yeah, thing is a funny word. And we just kind of randomly ran into that. And that is neat. And that is sort of, I guess, the foundational reason for doing software at all is sort of to have fun learning things. Um, if if your foundational reason for doing software, writing code, and all that is for income, then you're sort of coming at it from a different direction than I mean, I have full respect for that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like criticizing or judging or anything like that. I'm just like, I don't really. I'm not. I can't really come at things this. I can't really empathize with your situations because it's just not how it is for me. Um, so anyways, so those are fun things and all of that. And we are 3 minutes and almost 4 minutes in without even doing anything. Anything. Let's see that one. Doing anything. See. Anything. See, it gets that one. Anything. Oh, whoa. Anything. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Anyways, yeah, that would be a fascinating one, and it would be so nice to be able to just click on that and see what it is. And I did not early on, maybe last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, in the videos, I was like, why would I want that? Now it's just like, that's actually probably the most interesting thing. The most interesting thing. See, it's like just fascinating, fascinating, um, fascinating. Um, so, anyways, we need to be able to click on this thing, and we probably need it to be like look like a hyper. hyperlink. So I guess that'll be the first thing to do is go in there. Um, Actually, kind of, well, what do we have here? I feel like I already did a commit. Do I just have like a bunch of debug? Yeah, I just have a bunch of debug code. Well, this is debug code anyway, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. I think I was trying to figure out when these exist and don't exist because we were seeing some weird stuff um, over there. I just watched the video, but I actually watched like 5 minutes of it and then fast forwarded to the end. So maybe there was something I was supposed to work on and I forgot about. Okay, so that looks good. It's kind of weird. Discrete service results. Oh yeah, so I moved stuff over into discrete. Oh, and yeah, I think that fixed a bug um, of everything going away, like when you left and came back. Um, so if I remember correctly, so let's go ahead and get rid of this. And this. And if I remember correctly, the reason we moved all these things over is because when you went to logs and you came back, you lost stuff. So thing, set a thing. Thing. Now it seems to know that I said thing. That is fascinating. But then I would go here and I would come back and those would be gone. Um, and I feel like we have an extra one now. Is that right? Um, let's try this one. Thing. And then do we have two? Yep. All right, we need to figure that out. We have a new bug. I guess we should fix the other bug. Um, let's see. Let's go ahead and just look at everything, make sure it is what we want to commit. Okay, I don't want. So we don't want anything in here, none of this. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. That'll clean up the commit a little bit. Okay, we want that. No weird console logs, so we want that. And then last but not least, we want that. Then get status, get commit -m, and this is going to be, I don't even know, web analyzer. It's going to be video 65. Commit. Removed the list items from the discrete list when changing tabs. Now, like I said, in my old, I had mentioned that in my old application, or in other previous applications, when you left these tabs and you came back, like it never destroyed what was in there, and now it started doing that. I'm not exactly sure why it started doing that, but that is a different thing. So now we have duplicates. Would be very interesting to understand why. Oh, it's because whenever you come back in, the whole entry gets called. So basically, okay, so that didn't make sense. What I said made sense in my brain, but it probably did not make sense in English. So we're going to go to the discrete component. So basically, this effect gets called, but it and it adds whatever it got to the result list. But if it was already in there, it's going to add it again. So we don't want to add it if it's already in the list. Um, so because that list is remembered in the service. So if the service already has a value, okay, so how would we, the question is how will we distinguish if this result, okay, so basically the problem that we're dealing with here is when we leave and we come back, so I bet you we'll get a third one. Yeah. Every time we leave and come back, this effect runs again. The service already has the value in there, so we don't want the value to come in again. So we don't want, if it's the very first time, then we don't want, if it's the very first one it came in but there's already values in the service, that means there's something in there. And we could sort of kind of derive that, like we could go, oh, okay, well, if we have this and that and this is undefined and blah 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 blah. But it is so much better and so much easier if you just write what you mean. So is first is first time. Maybe we'll, and then we're going to say we are going to default that to true. So this thing, and then if it is the first time, okay, so let's just, I don't, so what this is doing is saying, hey, if I get something added. But if it is the first time, right? And the um, um, speech service voice signal is greater than 0. So that means that it's already been set. This is our first time, but it's already set. So that means that something happened before. Then we don't really want to do anything. All we want to do is mark is first time equal to false, right? That's all we're going to do here. But otherwise, if the if the if the length is greater than 0, so this isn't the first time. Um, wait. Else if speech service result length is this result is equal. Oh, that's equal to the very first one. So how does it get set to begin with? Okay, so we set it to the first one. I don't know how the speech service ever gets updated, though. That's the weird thing, is like, when does the speech service get a value? Oh, and okay, so that probably happens in the results. So I don't even know. So obviously I'm very, very confused at how this gets set up at all. So because stuff is happening in the results. So it looks like I might have even worked completely in the wrong place. So let's try that. Sing and log delete. Yeah, so it's still, so nothing we just did had any value. So, and this makes me I'm very happy that I um, actually didn't that I did a commit of the previous work, because then it'd be really hard to sort of tease out what I just added from what I needed to fix that last bug. So, anyways, it looks like all of my problems actually exist in this results component, I think. So here is where I say if it's greater than 0, then um, we do this. Hang on once. So, anyways, I will fix that tomorrow. Happy coding. Bye.